Hello everyone, this is Dowster and welcome to another album review, and in this video I'm going to go over the new album that just came out from Daron Malakian on Scars on Broadway. This is their third album as they have done two previously. If you want me to do a review on the previous two, let me know in the comment section below. Their third album is called Addicted to the Violence, and it has 10 songs with no bonus tracks. I will go over each song and rate it on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest to 10 being the highest. The first song is called Killing Spree, and it is one of the first songs that they released as a music video and a single from this album. I love how in the beginning of this song, it starts off with a fast and heavy guitar riff. Love how Daron sings "Rawr" and "Wow, wow," as it sounds kind of funny. It's catchy and fast-paced. Around the middle of the song, I love how it starts to slow down, only to then immediately pick itself up. Very loud and violent if you read the lyrics and see the music video, but I love the creativity in it. The song sounds like it's in the point of view of a murderer, which is probably why this album is called Addicted to the Violence. One way to describe it is some of the lyrics that read, "Wish I could feel your hate and brutalize. Wish I could feel your love and victimize." The guitar reminds me of a machine gun. Maybe that's what the band was hoping to accomplish for this song. I give this song a 9 out of 10 as it's very aggressive in a good way and exciting. The message of the song is a little confusing because I thought that it was about the point of view of a murderer, but it could also be a group of people because of the lyrics reading, "The kids are on a killing spree." It's really good due to the loud guitars and loud drums, but very unique with the "wow, wow" and "rawr, rawr" at the beginning. The second song is called Satan Hussein, which sounds a lot like Saddam Hussein's name. Interesting fact, Daron hates Saddam because he thought that Saddam was a controller to the Iraqi people when he visited Iraq in order to see his family back in the day. He said this in an interview with record producer Rick Rubin, who also used to work with System of a Down during their first albums, if you guys want to check that interview out. It's a really good interview that talks more in depth about Daron's life and his parents' history. Anyway, the song starts off with a small guitar solo, which I thought was a great intro to the song. The lyrics of the song are pretty random and weird. They mention Hebrews, Muslims, echinacea, which is a type of flower, quaaludes, bison, and Jesus Christ. It sounds like a parody kind of song. Towards the end, it mentions "Thou shalt not kill" over and over again. Reminds me of some of System of a Down songs such as Vicinity of Obscenity or Cigarro. Very random set of lyrics. It also mentions hating kids, which I recall Daron saying in the interview that Saddam's kids were way worse than Saddam himself. I think the song is supposed to bash Saddam and his reign. A very random song. I give it a 7 out of 10 as I like it a little, but it is very confusing though. I don't know much about Saddam or his kids, but this song felt like a diss song to him. It's an okay song, but it is a little confusing. The third song is called Done Me Wrong. I like the introduction as it builds quickly with the guitar and drums. Daron's voice sounds electronic in some parts. In the middle of the song, there's this flute-sounding solo or some wind instrument of some sort. It keeps mentioning users and their leadership. Maybe it's about a bad leader or a dictator. It might also be about getting revenge on someone and how they were done wrong. This probably is a song about a bad leader and getting back at them. I give the song a 7 out of 10 as the song has a strong message. It feels like the song needs a little more detail though. I'm just not feeling the connection to the song that much actually. The fourth song is called The Shame Game. The intro reminds me a little of System of a Down song Aerials. What a nostalgic sound. I like when Daron sings, who's gonna teach you? And it sounds a little haunting. I love that guitar solo at the middle of the song as it sounds creepy like some sort of echo. It's a little confusing at some parts of the song, but it has this beautiful and haunting sound throughout it, especially in the middle of the song. Daron's vocals, in my opinion, shine in this song, as his voice sounds hauntingly beautiful, even the guitar. It's a slow song, but it brings a little more into every aspect, such as the vocals and the guitar. The ending also has some synthesizers that close out the song, too. I give it an 8.5 out of 10, as it is a slow song, but something about it gives that scary yet beautiful feeling when listening to it. The fifth song is called Destroy the Power, which happens to have a music video as well. There seems to be more drumming at the intro than the previous songs. There's a lot of political stuff throughout it as well. I love the deep voice where it starts at blissful blessings, eraser of the past. The synthesizers sound like toy guns. Whenever you turn on the toy gun sound every time you try to shoot it like a gun, which is very interesting. I like how there's an array of instruments throughout the song. The song has a strong message, as the lyrics mention throughout it. We take the power and we can destroy you. Very relatable, especially with what's been going on this year. If you know, you know. It's an okay song, but it does sound repetitive. I like the lyrics and the instruments, but was hoping for a little more, so I give it a 7 out of 10. The deep voice did make it more interesting though. The sixth song is called Your Lives Burn. When you listen to it, it sounds very fast-paced. It almost sounds like a death metal song. This is a very short song, but the guitars are very fast. Another political song that mentions how the politicians and the media conspire, which is sometimes true. I give it a 7 out of 10, as it was okay, but it was too short for me. It does resonate a little because of the politics, especially when the intro mentions how they were sick of the left and sick of the right. It's an okay song, but might take a while for me to like it. The seventh song is called Imposter. An interesting fact about this song is that it was played at a live music event that Daron did a long time ago. You can check out this live event on YouTube if you're interested. Some of these songs off this album were also played from that event. The song starts off with a loud guitar riff. There's a lot more lyrics in this song. The lyrics describe a small mystery crime story with description. I love the melody that you can hear throughout the song. This song is a little different compared to all the other songs that I have heard so far. Definitely sounds like a murder or mystery story. There's a small solo at the middle of the song that reminds me of the band's previous song, Angry Guru. I'm not sure how to connect the story, but it sounds like an imposter going undercover as they soon try to escape a situation. I give it an 8 out of 10 because it's like a story within a song. The guitar riffs and Daron singing the word imposter goes hard and heavy. It's very catchy and interesting. The eighth song is called You Destroy You, which was also played at that live event, much like Imposter. It sounds so sad in the beginning. Sounds like a song about someone self-sabotaging themselves. The lyrics of life just keeps moving away, so here's to memories of yesterday. Sounds so sad, almost like trying to remember the good old days. So far the song is about someone going crazy and self-sabotaging themselves, while the other person, maybe a friend or family member, is watching them destroy themselves and cleaning the mess. I really like this song a lot more than Killing Spree, so I give it a 10 out of 10. It connects with me a little because it reminds me of some people who have unfortunately self-destructed before and keep doing so every now and then. It's a very sad song, but it's really good, especially with Daron's voice sounding so sad, that it makes the song connect at a deeper level. I love the guitar in this as well. At some point, I think we've all known someone who has self-destructed themselves and wished that we could have done something, but we can't, as that person has to want to get help for themselves first, not us. The second to last song and ninth one is called Watch That Girl. The intro to this song reminds me a little of Lost in Hollywood, mostly the guitar and drums. So far, the song sounds like someone warning others about an ex-girlfriend being a toxic person and to be careful with the ex. Maybe it can also be about a dysfunctional relationship too, because in the lyrics, it mentions blocking a door as the person is going out of their mind and that they're doing it the wrong way. I give it an 8 out of 10, as it's okay, but I'm not feeling much of it. I like the drumming and how the song sounds like System of a Down song Lost in Hollywood. And finally, last but not least, the 10th song, Addicted to the Violence. The guitar at the beginning of the song sounds like an intro from a video game after the small solo. Daron's voice is very mellow, sarcastic, and sad in this song. Maybe it's about the subject or main character of the song accepting their life as a bad guy. Most notably when the lyrics read, Addicted to the Violence, yeah, that's me. Followed by the next lyrics reading, Searching to be Found, Burning to the Ground. So far, it sounds a little sarcastic and sad at the same time, as if they're trying to call for help throughout the song. I love how at the end of the song, Daron sings along, ah, as it sounds so sad and very low, yet somehow sounds so beautiful. The song could also be about an ex-girlfriend, as Daron refers to her as the dragon. Maybe the ex-girlfriend made him more angry and violent in the relationship. I give it a 9.5 out of 10, as it's good, but it does seem to be all over the place. There were great moments, but there were some instances where I felt that some of the lyrics did not have to be included in the song, such as the flowers in the potion, which got me like, what? I still like the song, as it has a sad ending to it, almost like if it were closing a chapter to the story. As a result, I give this entire album an 8 out of 10. As it sounds a little different than the previous two albums, which is expected from a singer or a musical group, but still has that hard rock sound. The songs at the beginning of this album and the last songs were really great, but the ones in the middle didn't really stand out to me that much. My favorites from this album are Killing Spree, You Destroy You, Imposter, Watch That Girl, and Addicted to the Violence. But I do like Satan Hussein and Destroy the Power, just not as much as the other 5 songs. Half the album was great, but I think Satan Hussein and Destroy the Power will probably take some time to get used to like them. It is still a good album, but not as close as the last 2 albums, as I practically like all the songs from the 2 albums, except maybe one song from each album. Overall, I like that Daron and Scars on Broadway changed their sound a bit, such as the song Imposter, which sounds like a small mystery crime story. An example of a band doing something like Imposter would be Sublime's song Date Rape. Then there's You Destroy You, which is very sad, slow, but very relatable, especially to some of you who might know someone who has self-sabotaged themselves. Killing Spree and Watch That Girl sound like the previous albums, but more intense and fast on the guitars. Addicted to the Violence reminds me of some of Avenged Sevenfold's songs from their album Life is But a Dream, with the futuristic video game synthesizers. I still like the song, but I don't know if that sound is something that a lot of rock bands are doing nowadays. Very strange and something to think about. It may not be as great as the previous 2 albums, but it is worth listening to, as Daron is a very creative musician who does a lot of work for both his band and System of a Down. It's more aggressive and has some songs that are different from one another, but does seem to stick to a theme of violence. It is interesting how Daron sings about politics, even though he has mentioned in interviews that he's not into politics or does not support any group. In a way, I kind of relate to it, as I am not a very political person, but I do try to look at both sides and hear everyone's side of the story. This album feels as though it showed a little of what seems to be his personality on stage and off, maybe. We might never know, but I am glad that he has a backup vocal from one of his band members in Scars on Broadway, as Daron is the one that does most of the work because that's just how he runs his music projects. Good album, worth a listen to. Thank you guys for watching this video, and thank you for watching this album review. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care of your mental health and everyone around you, and I'll do the same too. Thank you guys. Bye guys.